Speak up and be heard on Jersey issues that matter most to you. Call Jersey Central with Burt Barron now at 732-545-9282 or toll free at 888-545-9282. Your state, your home, your voice. Jersey Central with Burt Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It's 8:08. It's hour number 3 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. I'm Burt Barron. Welcome back inside the Forge Jewelers Studios. On this Tell a Friend Tuesday, our contest is coming up. Chance to win that one-year membership to Retro Fitness. We'll give you the chance to win that. Also, our Need to Know things are straight ahead as well. Joining me now on the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline, he's going to be hosting an event and appearing at an event tomorrow night in Edison to talk about all things Rutgers sports. And I'm real honored to be joined this morning by the Director of Athletics from Rutgers University, Patrick Hobbs, who is with us here on WCTC today. Pat, good morning. It's Burt Barron. How are you?
Good morning, Bert. I'm well on this very, very cold day in Jersey.
It's cold, but looking forward to tomorrow night's event in Edison, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But just, watching that football game last night, and just they say dream big or don't dream at all, Patrick, and just thinking to myself, like a lot of the other Rutgers fans, man, I would love to see us get to this level someday. And I know it's a process, and I know it's baby steps to get there. The commitment is obviously there, Pat, and it kind of starts with you, and I think that should give a lot of football and sports fans a lot of hope going forward.
Well, people should have hope going forward. I mean, football is a process, as you say. From where we were a year ago to where we want to be is going to take a couple of recruiting classes. It takes the investment in the strength and conditioning and the training table. We all want exactly what people saw last night, and that's to be in relevant games, exciting games, marching down with a couple minutes to go. Getting to the national championship game takes an extraordinary amount of success. So it's baby steps. What we want to do is we want to get to the point where we're competitive. You go from competitive to winning games and important games. You go from winning important games to winning important bowl games, and then you see what you can do from there. I mean, the good part of it is, given where we are with the recruiting grounds that we have, when I hired Chris, he said he would have to drive 600 miles in a day to see one good recruit when he was out in the Midwest. If he drives 600 miles here in New Jersey, you see about every top prospect in one day. So,
Sure.
Chris has a big job. Great addition with Jerry Kill as our offensive coordinator. Lester Erb just coming on as our running backs coach. So very, very bright future for Rutgers athletics and football. I know folks were disappointed with the outcome this year, but you can't measure in a first year based on wins and losses. You have to see what are you doing, where are you making the investments to improve in your program, and all that's being done.
I was at every home game this year, and it was just great to see. I mean, generations of just passionate, loyal fans, and I want to win for them, Patrick, for the people that have gone there for years and years and decades-long season ticket holders, because I want them to see this come to fruition for them someday.
No question about it. One of the things that I do on every game day is I go through all the tailgate lots, and even right up to the very last game, I went through as many lots as I could that day. And from fan to fan and alum, they were encouraged. They were supportive. They were appreciative of everything that we're doing. There was no negativity on anyone's part. Again, people disappointed with the results of the season, but very optimistic about the future. And that's what you want to do. And you want to get out there. You want to be with your fans. And all of those things, it's not just on the field. We have to do things to improve the game day experience for our fans, whether it's ease and convenience in the parking, whether it's the availability, what you have available in the stadium. So all of those things that we'll be looking at as we go forward. So years from now, and I hope it's not too many years from now, people say, wow, we've completely transformed Rutgers athletics. We've transformed the football experience. And I'm confident we're going to do that.
Yeah, share some highlights. There were a couple of feel-good stories from the fall sports schedule, right? There were some real good things that everybody's proud of.
Yeah, I mean, look, in basketball, we got out to a real nice start. And, we're 11-1 and went in and played very, very well against Seton Hall up until the very end. We had a chance to steal our first Big Ten road win this past weekend against Iowa. Mm-hmm. 1:24 left in the go in the game. Nigel Johnson shoots three, almost goes down. If it goes down, we're up one, and we got some pressure on Iowa down the stretch. So people have to be encouraged about what they're seeing with Steve Peichel. Vivian's got a transformative year. I mean, she's got some real talent on the bench that can't play this year. Had a nice win against Penn State, nice win against Wisconsin, but that'll be an up and down year. But again, A lot to look forward. And then on Friday night, a great win in wrestling
Yeah.
for our men's wrestling program. And Scotty Goodale's got it going there. We had a nice crowd in Iraq. And if folks haven't seen Rutgers wrestling, they're really missing something. They should come out. It's an exciting night. And so a lot of good going on, and a lot of good with the football side of stuff as well. This is the critical 3 weeks coming up on recruiting. Chris and his staff is out there and trying to hold this class. And if we get this first recruiting class in like we hope we do, and we build on that class, people will be pretty excited about where we're going.
Excellent. Now, tomorrow night, Quaker Steak and Lube on Route 1 in Edison, which is the normal location and the normal day and time for the Chris Ash Show that is heard every Wednesday here on WCTC. A special show that will feature Rutgers Athletic Director Pat Hobbs. Talk about what's going to be happening at Quaker Steak and Lube tomorrow night.
Yeah, so we're really happy to be out at Quaker Steak and Lube, so people should come out and join us. And I know some people will be able to call in on the phone, and we're going to be talking all things Rutgers athletics. And so there's, no questions I won't answer, or at least try to answer for folks. And they asked me to come out and talk about a little bit like what we're doing right now, and that is just talk about the state of Rutgers athletics, what our plans are, where we're making the investments as we go forward, and why we think those investments will deliver results down the road so that our 480,000 alums can feel really good about Rutgers athletics. So we're excited to be at Quaker Steak and Lube. They do a great job there. So I hope people come out and join us, and we're going to have a fun night.
Yeah, this will be fun. You'll have a chance to win some Rutgers tickets to some games. There'll be some prizes and giveaways. You could ask Athletic Director Patrick Hobbs questions about the future of Rutgers and things about the Big Ten. Jerry Recco, who's doing a great job in the first year as the play-by-play voice of the Rutgers Scarlet Knights on the Basketball Radio Network, will be hosting the show, and he'll be there as well. You could say hello to Jerry, too. But this is going to be a lot of fun. Again, Quaker Steak and Lube on Route 1. It's on the southbound side in Edison. Begins at 7:30. It will be live on WCTC, but you're invited to go and say hello to Director of Athletics Hobbs in person. Begins at 7:30. Maybe someone will ask you about the ongoing project that you have about the facilities at Rutgers and what your vision are for the future of the facilities and the training centers.
Critically important work. I mean, even this weekend at Iowa, I toured their new football facility, did a fantastic job. They were able to build it at a price I don't think we can build it in New Jersey. I mean, you talk about all things New Jersey. We got to fight that battle in terms of your cost differential. But we'll be talking about those facilities, and we're going to get the first one. We did the ceremonial groundbreaking on our basketball, wrestling, gymnastics facility. That is going to be sort of the first indication from a facility standpoint that we intend to be competitive in the Big Ten, and the recruiting advantage that will provide for Steve Peichel and Vivian and Scott Levine, Coach Levine, will be really, really tremendous. And we need the support. I mean, so I like talking about that, because you can't always tie, well, if you build this facility, the better athletes come, you have the better results. But that is the recipe, and so we have to do that. And that's why last year, within a month of me being hired, I came out of the gate and said, we've got to build some facilities here. And once those go up, I think people are going to be pretty proud of it, and that gets more people off the sidelines supporting future facilities efforts.
Yeah, and you do know a thing or two about world-class sports facilities in our state, Patrick, so we know that that's coming soon to Rutgers as well. But 7:30 tomorrow night, Quaker Steak and Lube in Edison. There'll be a live show. You could ask a question and say hello to Director of Athletics Patrick Hobbs. Can't make it? Hey, listen on WCTC and call in with your questions there. They do have this hot wing that you have to sign a disclaimer. You only get one at Quaker Steak and Lube. Will you try that there tomorrow night, maybe?
I don't know if I'll go for the hot wings, but I like the mild wings, so we'll see.
Yeah, I go for mild myself. Good stuff. Director of Athletics, Pat Hobbs, thanks for your time this morning, and have some fun tomorrow night, okay?
Great being with you, Bert. Thank you.
Have a great day. Thanks a lot. All right, Patrick Hobbs, my guest on the Jersey